Do you have ESP? Would it be okay if we showed you how people are earning $50 to $300 per month, per week, and yes, even per day, sharing ESP with others via text or email? ESP, short for Easy Speed Pay, is the revolutionary new way to send and receive money with your computer or smartphone. Experts agree that ESP's encrypted software is more secure than plastic because unlike debit or credit cards, ESP can't be lost, stolen, or compromised because it's protected by strict international banking laws, regulations, and safeguards. ESP is rapidly becoming the new preferred way to send and receive money to anyone or any business anywhere in the U.S., and if businesses use ESP occasionally, ESP allows them to reduce their costs and risk of exposure. And if they use ESP exclusively, it allows them to cut out the middleman and completely eliminate credit card fees and any risk of chargebacks. Which, in case you didn't know, chargebacks cost merchants over $11 billion a year, not to mention it wastes nearly 90 minutes on average to fight each dispute. In essence, ESP finally puts business owners back in total control of their finances, allowing them to retain 100% of their profits. Currently, the Mobile Concepts Network is recruiting affiliates to market the ESP software and to help us expand our market share within the multi-billion-dollar merchant services industry, and we have no competition. Could you potentially use an extra $50 per month, $50 per week, or even $50 per day? Or would $300 per month, per week, or per day work out better for you? You see, based on your work ethic, anything is possible, but in our opinion, achieving success with the Mobile Concepts Network has nothing to do with hard and physically exhausting work. From our experience, there are two ways to get a job done, the ESP way and the hard way. For those that prefer the hard way, you might be better suited with a career in farming. And for those that don't have a lot of time and really need an easier way to make some money, welcome to the Mobile Concepts Network and the ESP way of life. As a Mobile Concepts Network affiliate, your task is to see if others could benefit from using Easy Speed Pay, which most affiliates successfully do by sending texts or emails and inviting prospects to watch our online videos. Best of all, our affiliates do not waste time in trying to convince business owners to switch their credit card processor, buying or leasing equipment, or haggling over rates or percentages. And while we realize that the ESP software can't compete with the convenience of swiping a card at a gas pump, for the right type of business, ESP can be a lifesaver when it comes to speed, convenience, security, and the ability to save a business thousands of dollars in processing fees. A business doesn't even have to have a credit card merchant account to use the ESP software. All they need is an internet connection, a printer, and a smartphone. Not to mention, ESP works great as a backup payment system. In a nutshell, ESP was built for virtually anyone that wants or needs to send or receive money instantly. Whether they're a person or business that simply wants to eliminate the typical hassles, inconvenience, and fees associated with sending and receiving money, including services like PayPal and online e-wallets. Here's some quick examples of how ESP works. A father needs to send some money ASAP to his daughter who's away at college. Without ESP, Dad would have to take time to visit the Western Union or his bank, pay an outgoing wire fee, or FedEx a cashier's check or money order. Total time wasted? About an hour. Total fees, $25 to $55. Now let's compare that to ESP. With ESP, Dad would simply log onto the ESP secured website or use the ESP app on his smartphone, enter his daughter's information, and with a click, his daughter instantly can open up a secured link in her email or text, allowing her to print out a check and then deposit it at her favorite bank or deposit it using the bank's app on her smartphone. Total time? 2 minutes. Total fees? 0, simply because they have ESP. Next, Susan sells products on eBay, Amazon, and Craigslist. Rather than pay up to 4% in fees, she invites her customers to pay using ESP. Her customers take a few seconds to enter their information, and then Susan prints out her customers' checks, deposits them, and then once the checks clear the bank, she ships the items with complete peace of mind knowing that she gets to keep 100% of her profits and has absolutely zero risk of chargebacks. As you see, Susan is totally in control of her business because she has ESP. Did you know that in the US, over 12 million businesses lose up to 8% of their profits every day because their customers use credit cards or e-wallets? Did you know that if one of their customers files a dispute, which happens often because someone doesn't recognize the name of a business on their credit card statement, that the business owner is nailed with up to a $35 dispute charge? And even if the business owner wins the dispute, they have to pay an additional resolution fee, which also costs them up to $35. Were you aware that merchants are 100% liable and at risk of chargebacks for up to 6 months? Sadly for merchants, in many cases, it's a triple whammy. 1, the merchant loses the product they sold to the customer. 2, they lose the money from the sale. And 3, they lose by being forced to pay chargeback fees and penalties. ESP eliminates all of those headaches, and as a Mobile Concepts Network affiliate, that's a really good feeling. Now, for those who think that it's no big deal for business owners to give up to 2 to 8% profit on each transaction, consider this. If a business sells $10,000 a month via credit cards at a 4.5% rate, that's $450 a month. And if a business sells $1 million a month, even at a reduced fee of say 2%, that's $20,000 a month, nearly $250,000 a year just to accept credit cards. So yes, businesses of any size, traditional or home-based, are very open to the idea of cutting expenses and reducing risk, especially when they find out how much ESP costs. ESP has a one-time software license cost of only $300 plus an annual $60 hosting charge and includes free upgrades. Now, unlike other ways that you may have seen to make money, sharing ESP does not take hours, weeks, and months for prospects to see, touch, taste, and smell if it works. ESP works instantly, and again, demonstrating how it works can be done sharing online videos via email or text. So how do you make money? First of all, Mobile Concept Network affiliates are not required to purchase the ESP software to earn money. When you do sell the software, you're paid a one-time commission of $50, and the Mobile Concepts Network offers an incentive to encourage all affiliates to secure 6 personal sales within their first 6 weeks. Now, just so you know, the following income projections and illustrations we use are for educational purposes only and not intended to serve as a guarantee of income. Obviously, success in this business requires work, dedication, and good sales skills. Based on the industry standards and company projections, the average annual gross income for affiliates is projected to be between $500 and $3,000. While some affiliates will earn less, others will earn much more. It's totally up to you. You see, when you make your first sale, you collect a $50 check, and that also unlocks your ability to override affiliates on your first level, and each override check is $50. When you make your second sale, you collect another $50, and the second level opens up. When you make your third sale, you collect another $50, and the third level opens up. And this continues to open up to 6 levels as you sell your 4th, 5th, and 6th ESP software system. Now, once you've made your 6 personal sales, you've completely opened up the full potential of the comp plan. You've made $300, and if you made those sales within your first 6 weeks, the company will reward you with a matching Fast Start bonus of $300, which puts a total of $600 in your pocket. For some affiliates, it could take 6 weeks, 6 days, or 6 hours, but the speed and how fast you get your Fast Start matching bonus is totally up to you. Now, here's where things get real exciting. Assuming that you've already made your 6 sales to unlock all of your 6 levels. Let's say that you enrolled Susan as an affiliate, and she purchases the software. From that, you would earn $50, and when Susan sells future ESP software systems, you would also earn $50. So when Susan sells the software to Bill, her accountant, who plans to use it to speed up his slow-paying clients, Susan earns $50, and you earn $50. Bill then shows the software to Mary, a client of his who's a freelance photographer, and Mary buys the software from Bill. Bill earns $50, Susan earns $50, and so do you. Now watch this. If you made 6 sales within your first 6 weeks, and Susan's team consisting of Bill, Mary, Joe, Kathy, Mike, and Jane, who appears on Susan's 6th level, people that you don't even know, each made 6 sales, you would earn $300 from your personal sales, plus a $300 Fast Start bonus, plus $1,800 in overrides, totaling $2,700. Just imagine what could happen if everyone on your team made the same amount of sales. How many affiliates like Susan would you like on your team, even if all they did was make 1 sale a month that you override $50 per sale? For example, let's say that last week you made your 6 qualifying sales, and today being Monday, You made one sale to Tori, who owns an art gallery. From that, you would earn $50, and let's say that today anyone anywhere on your team made 4 sales today. You would earn $250 today. Now imagine from Tuesday through Friday, if anyone anywhere on your team made a dozen more sales. You would earn $850 that week. Now just to clarify, as long as you've made your 6 personal sales, your $50 override checks continue down 6 levels, and there's no limit on how many people that you can personally enroll as affiliates to sell the software. Our legal advisory board has advised us not to make income claims, so you'll need to do your own math here. But realizing that swipe fees are now the fastest growing expense for merchants, out of the millions of merchants in the USA alone, how many ESP systems could you sell? If you sold 1 a month, that's $600 a year. If you sold 1 a day, that's over $18,000 a year. Now if you factor in your 6 personally sponsored people who did the same and made 1 sale a day, hello 6 figures. Can you see how these numbers could double, triple, and exponentially get very exciting? So do you have ESP? Millions of people are anxiously awaiting the solutions that Easy Speed Pay provides. Join us today as a Mobile Concepts Network affiliate and help us introduce others to the ESP way of life.